Okay, it being 6 o'clock, I'd like to convene the April 20th, 2021 Carver Select Board meeting. This meeting is being cablecast by Area 58, Community Access Media, Channel 15, and will be posted by Area 58 on YouTube as soon as possible. There are openings on several committees. Please refer to the Select Board page on our website for a listing and application. The first order of business is to convene into executive session in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, to discuss strategy with respect to non-union contract negotiations, if the chair so declares, as discussing this matter in open session may have a detrimental effect on the board's bargaining position, proposed deputy police chief contract, and to return to open session. May I have a roll call, a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call vote. Mr. Belbin?
Robert Belbin says aye.
Mrs. Bogart?
Jen Bogart says aye.
Mr. Townsend?
Mark Townsend says aye.
Sarah Hewen says aye. Is my microphone?
Don't forget Mr. Hoffman.
What?
Jim Hoffman.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim. I beg your pardon. Mr. Hoffman. Before we take our vote, Chief Dufley is just going to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you again for being here tonight. Select Board, thank you for having us here. Tonight, we continue on the path of improving our police department. We've been working on this for quite some time. We just opened a new station, and we've made a lot of good hires over the past few years. And now it's time to start moving forward with improving our command staff and our structure. Tonight, I have 4 members of the police department that I would be recommending for promotion. And the first is to fill the newly created deputy chief's position. The person I've chosen for this role, and who has been performing the duties under a different title for 7.5 years, is Sergeant Sherry Sarmento. She has been a police officer for 26 years. She began her career with the New Bedford Police Department in 1995. There, she worked as a patrol officer and a juvenile detective. She came to the Carver Police Department in 2002 and has worked as a patrol officer, a sergeant, administrative sergeant, which is the second in command, and for a time was the only sexual assault investigator within the department. She has a master's degree in criminal justice. In her role as a second in command, she has assisted with the day-to-day operations of the department, conducted internal affairs investigations, supervised the newly created detective unit, and been responsible for the department anytime I have been away. I am proud to recommend her to the Honorable Select Board for promotion to the second in command position of Deputy Chief of Police. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I think before we entertain discussion, we skipped the pledge.
We did. Oh, we did. So we did. Shall we do that now?
I think we should. Yeah.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. And now I'll entertain a motion.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Bob.
I make a motion that we approve Sherry Sarmento as the next deputy police chief for the town of Carver.
I second it.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Could I just suggest you also ratify the contract publicly as part of
Right.
that?
So let's amend the motion to appoint Sherry Sarmento, our new deputy police chief, and ratify the contract. Is that an amended motion?
I'll amend that motion.
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Mr. Bell?
I just had a quick comment.
Mr. Hoffman?
I just wanted to state that the reason I'm calling in, I'm on vacation, but I thought it was important that the board, all 5 members, vote on this together, just to show the support for Mr. Dufley, Chief Dufley's selection and to show support for Sherry. So I just wanted to add that.
That's great. Thank you, Mr. Hoffman. I appreciate it. So there's been a motion and a second to ratify the contract and appoint Sherry Sarmento, Deputy Police Chief. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
Would you like to come up?
Deputy Chief.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Excuse me?
Maybe an ask her for a comment or two?
Sure. Chair, Ms. Ms. Sarmento, would you like to come forward?
Well, I didn't prepare anything because I didn't know I was going to be speaking. But I would like to say that I am honored to be the first deputy police chief of the Carver Police Department. And I thank you very much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. Like the chief said, I've been a police officer for 26 years, and when I first started, I never anticipated that I would be a deputy chief at some point in time, but I'm very glad that it's here, because I wouldn't want to work anyplace else. So thank you very much.
Thank you
you.
so much, Chief. And now, Police Chief Mark Dufley is going to say a few words about some very special officers.
Thank you. In addition to the deputy chief that we just promoted, I also have 3 candidates to recommend to you for promotion to the rank of sergeant. These 3 officers have all successfully passed the Civil Service Assessment Center for the rank of sergeant. Each one brings unique abilities and perspective to the role. These 3 new sergeants will move the department forward with more supervision and allow us to pursue accreditation for the department at a state and federal level. Bringing new sergeants up to these roles now will also give them more time to learn the new roles and is part of the natural succession plan for the police department. I am proud to recommend to you the following officers for promotion to the rank of sergeant. Officer Matthew Rayner has been a police officer for 21 years. He began his career with the Bedford Police Department in 2000. He worked as a patrol officer, a patrol sergeant, and then the sergeant in charge of the Family Services Unit. He came to work for the Carver Police Department in January of 2017. Matt has worked as a patrol officer and a sexual assault investigator since that time. He has a master's degree in criminal justice. Officer Glenn Gillen has been a police officer since 1995. He has worked at the Mashpee Police Department as well as the Charlotte County Sheriff's Department in Florida and the Department of the Army. Glenn became a police officer of the Carver Police Department in October of 2011, first as a permanent intermittent police officer and then as a full-time police officer. He has an associate's degree in criminal justice. Finally, Detective William Kelly. He's been a police officer for 15 years. He has worked as a police officer with the Wareham, Bridgewater State University, and the Mattapoisett Police Departments. Over the years, he has also worked for Carver as a public safety dispatcher, a firefighter, and an EMT. Bill became a police officer with the Carver Police Department in October of 2011, first as a permanent intermittent police officer, and then as a full-time police officer. He has worked as a patrol officer and a detective. He was instrumental in establishing the new detective division and moving all of our evidence from the old station to the new one. He's put a lot of great work into that project, and it's come out very well. Bill also has a master's degree in criminal justice. These are the 3 candidates that I would bring before you for promotion to the rank of sergeant in the Carver Police Department. If you could take a vote on that, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
I'd make a motion that we approve the promotion of Glenn Gillen, William Kelly, and Matthew Rayner to sergeant.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you. Do you want to offer them?
Congratulations.
You want to let them speak if they want? We brought them here tonight for you so you can see them, and I don't know if we can shake hands because of COVID, but they are here.
We will be having a formal ceremony on May 4th. So, would anyone of you like to say a few words?
I'd just like to say
You need a microphone.
Come on up, Glenn.
you know, my wife and I both love this town. Our kids all went through the school system here. It's a great place to live, and I'm just glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Well said. Anyone else?
Just like to thank the board for the opportunity. I've been here for about 4 years now. I love working for the town. It's a great department under this leadership. So I just look forward to working with them.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kelly.
And just thank you. Everybody said what it is. I'm Samantha. Now, so I've been here since 1985. I'm stuck here. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Madam Chair?
Mr.
Madam.
Belvin.
I just want to tell people that one of the most important things that me as being a selectman here is to promote our police officers. hiring police officers. I used to want to be one so badly, and unfortunately, I was not able to. But to be able to see somebody get hired, promoted, and move up the chain is one of the best things that I feel I can do here as a select board member. So I want to thank you guys very much for doing everything you do in protecting our town. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Well, I never wanted to be a police officer, but I think everything else he said, I agree with.
Well said. Mr. Townsend?
And I would just join with my colleagues. I think we have a wonderful department, and I'm glad to see the promotions. I think it's wonderful. So, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hoffman?
I just want to congratulate the three gentlemen, and as well earned, and thank you for helping serve the town. We all appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Townsend. That's my sentiment. Thank you for your service to the town. It's very, very much appreciated.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion made and second to adjourn. All in favor?
All right.
Aye.
All right.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Have fun, Jim.